Alright, so I have a thrift store find, but it is several sizes too big for me, and it also has like these spaghetti straps. It's going to be a great dress for summer, but it's got spaghetti straps and the whole bra thing, so I'm going to, 1, take it down in size, and 2, hopefully put in some sort of built-in bra situation. Good morning, where's my coffee? Good morning, everyone. Hello. It is Saturday morning. Our scout today is camping with Daddy. Hi. Which means I am home with the youngest 3. Hi, Everly. I am home with the youngest 3, and for the next 36, it's closer to 48 hours. Not that anybody is counting. But I have this sweet project. I found it at a thrift store. We have some lovely thrift stores around here. Maybe you can relate that you find such a good deal. I mean, thrift stores, right? Such a good deal. It's a sweet little dress from the Gap, and it's going to be a great little spring, summer number, but it's a little bit big for me now. It also has spaghetti straps and the whole bra thing. I just don't want to deal with it. So I still want some coverage, let's just say days after nursing, in my opinion, I just need some coverage. So, I'm going to try to put in some sort of built-in bra. Maybe I'll go through my clothes and maybe get a shelf bra out of a shirt that, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But first things first, how to shrink this down. What are you doing? Can I help you? So, that's a little better. Okay, so this dress has a button down, it has buttons down the front, and then it has this shirring in the back. It has shirring, not smocking. Not that there's anything wrong with shirring. I think it's adorable in situations like this, but it's not smocking. Let's not interchange the two words, right? Yeah. So, I then think that the excess should be taken up on the sides, because I don't want to mess with the buttons. They're why, and then I want to mess with the shirring. Again, why do that? It's already done, and it won't be it would just be like a bulky situation. There's just no good way about that. So I think the side should be taken up. I think the bodice should be taken up via the sides, and then I will figure out how to take up the excess in the skirt after I figure out the bodice. That's my plan, at least. What is it, sweetie? Okay. All right, go potty. I'll meet you in there. All right, potty crisis averted, and in my wisdom, and the wisdom that the bathroom brought to me, I figured it was better to do this inside out so I could pin it and then base it in place and then sew it and not have to try to transfer things. You know what I mean? Yes. So,
Hey, Mommy. Thank you.
I'm doing this video.
What's that? Mommy?
And the pins.
A pen?
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, so at this point I have separated, obviously, let me say all the obvious stuff. I've separated the bodice from the skirt. So I still have it joined here, this is where the buttons are, and then I've still got it joined, for the shirring, because I'm not gonna touch those things. But now I can begin. I'm just gonna ignore the skirt at the moment, and I'm just gonna focus on the bodice. Not sure how this whole bra thing is going to be going down. We will tackle that. But right now, we are going to focus on basting the excess fabric, you know, the darts, and adjusting those side seams, basting those in place, and then I think I will try her on. Somebody is growling. Can you go potty? Potty break. Can't hold. Alright, potty crisis averted. But now, you can see this, I'm basting up the side seam, and you can see the seam is not going to be, like at the edge, it's not going to be joined to be a nice, like, flush line. So I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to, like that. I'm going to take my handy dandy trusty seam ripper, and take this apart. I should mention that I really don't like alterations. I don't have very much experience with alterations, and because I don't like them. I've done only a handful way back when, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just sort of like piecing the puzzles together as I go. It was just such a sweet little dress, and it was a good deal, and I'm like, we can do this. We can do it. Do you go potty? Alright, so there are times I have found, at least in my experience of sewing around babies, which my oldest is 6.5, so I've been doing this for a little while. There are some times where you just gotta call it. You kind of have to like know your limits, play your cards, you know, cartoons, food, whatever. But if they're not jiving, if you're getting to the point where you feel you're gonna like, we've all been there, right? It is better, in my opinion, to just bring it down. Don't explode at your kids. Don't make it a misery. This is not worth yelling. Nothing is worth yelling and getting upset at your children. Now, there are things that I will try to do intermediately. So things like staying hydrated with water, not drinking too much coffee, staying hydrated with water, exercise, stretching, breathing. All of those things are great, at least for me, great ways to like bring myself down before I throw in the towel, and remembering that it's okay, it will happen. The kids are the most important thing, and all that sort of stuff. Another thing, making sure your space is clean, and putting on real clothes. You can see I have changed into real clothes. I would have put on a bit of makeup, except my makeup is, I went on a thing to Atlanta, and my makeup is in the car, and it's just a thing, and now it's whatever. So I don't have that with me, or else I would have just put on some eyebrows and mascara and some blush, and you know, I would have felt a lot better, but that's okay. And sometimes you just gotta like chill. So I'm gonna go back to sewing on the couch, bringing it down a notch, and hopefully nap time. Well, what time is it? It is a little after 9, so nap time should be here in a few hours, and cross your fingers, we'll get back to it. That's all you can do. Once again, we've returned to sewing under a little one, which is fine. It's an interesting balancing act, motherhood, and mindset that comes with keeping your sanity, at least in my experience. I know I benefit from feeling productive, so I try to keep several baskets of productivity that can lend themselves to a variety of logistics, and then I remind myself that being a happy mother around them is productive too. And there's a lot more I could get into on this topic, but for now, I am giving myself a reset via some green tea and returning to this little alteration project once nap time is in session. But there is one twist to today's nap time. Pretty unusual at this point, but I am trying to keep my noise level to a minimum. You see, Daisy is napping
just beyond this window. And yeah, we need to tidy up this whole wall window situation. It's one of the last pieces left to button up after we added on to our home a couple years ago. It's unusual for her to nap these days, but whatever. Going with the flow, one day I will have a big old studio to create sewing goodies in, but I am grateful for my current setup too. After nap time, I set the kiddos up with a snack so I could get a little more progress on this thing. I waited to try out my nap time basting since moving this dress form makes so much noise. Overall, the fit looks alright, although one of the darts popped open when I was taking it off of the dress form, so I'm just going to baste it back together while wearing it. That sounds like a perfectly sane thing to do after all, right? With everything basted down, now I'm sewing those side seams as well as those darts into place. I verified the fit, which looks good. Yay, right? It's exciting when things like that start to come together. So now I am wondering about that whole bra idea. I'm looking through some old shirts, hoping to find a little like bra shelf theme, but no luck. I did find this old workout bra, but I don't know, it doesn't feel quite right. I'm wondering if I'll need to go the whole strapless route instead. I don't know, I'm not thrilled about it, we'll see. For now, I'm taking up a little bit more underneath the arms and finally finishing all of that off by creating a flat felt seam for those side seams. Say that 10 times fast. Flat felt seam. Who named that? Wow. I really haven't. This is a great way to tidy up a number of situations. Just trim down one side of the seam, iron the raw edge of the other side, and then lay that folded edge over the trimmed up side of the seam. Now top stitch on that folded edge. Super easy, tidy, and sturdy. I love me a flat felt seam. Now I'm going to take a brief moment to be a selfish mother. I'm taking my kiddos to a playground, and this is not at all because I am a fabulous mother, but instead because I want the little angels to sleep tonight, all the way through the night. So like I said, I'm taking them to a playground because I'm a selfish mother. Cross your fingers that it works. It did not work. I've been up since 11:30 p.m. It's all good, but it's real life. This too shall pass. Alrighty, with the kiddos at school, oh happy day. We can button up this little dress project. I'm undoing the rest of that little fabric edge theme so I can finish the raw edge of the neckline. I eased the new neckline, like cutting it into a new slope, if you will. Then pinned down this little fabric edge and sewed all of that down via my machine. So now, to take up the extra on that skirt, I'm thinking of going the kiss route. So I'm just putting in some gathering threads and then joining the skirt to the bodice. Voila, kiss it, right? Now, back to that whole bra thing. I take some fabric, kind of makeshifting a shelf bra idea, thingamajig. And I should have done this before doing the side seams, but oh well. I'm just top stitching it in place, and I think that'll work just fine for this little sundress number. A few dollars at a thrift store, about 20 minutes worth of work spread over 4 hours. Gotta love kids. And now I've got this sweet little dress that fits. Dior Dream Dress. Go check out this video where we step things up quite a bit. You will feel so inspired after watching it. It was a long time unfinished project. If y'all have any questions, please put them down in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching and I hope to catch y'all next time.